Finding profitable items to resell on Amazon sometimes feels like an impossible task. And many people say that you just can't do it anymore, that Amazon is too saturated now, and there's no more profit to be made. To be fair, Amazon does continually change the rules, and it might feel like it's getting harder every day to sell on Amazon. And there are a lot more people coming on the platform. But just because these things are changing doesn't mean that it's actually becoming impossible. It just means that we as sellers need to adapt. There are still millions of listings that you can sell on Amazon profitably over and over while sourcing these things right off the shelf of any store. And you don't have to watch for the clearance deals either. You just need patience, determination, and the right tools. Today, I'll be showing you what I do week after week to find those profitable ASINs that I can sell over and over again. In previous videos, I've shown a few different techniques that I use to find great replenishable products to sell on Amazon. And those techniques are all still very useful. Today, I want to show you what's been an amazing addition to my workflow. I recently started talking about a new app on this channel that I've been working on called Sellerate. It's intended to become a reseller's hub for all the major marketplaces. Right now, though, I'm going to show you how I use it to source new products to sell on Amazon. And it's not rocket surgery. So this is Sellerate. And right now we're on the Scout page. This is the starting point for when you want to start looking and sourcing products to sell on Amazon. There's three main pages that you can start on. The first one is scouting an individual product, and you can search any one particular product, or you can any one particular ASIN, or you can try and search a brand or product using regular keywords and see what comes up. Or you can do more detailed advanced searches where you can specifically look for brands. You can narrow it down with by bestseller rank, pricing. You can also do keep a searches in here. There's another page where you can specifically search for different sellers to look for. You can track a certain number of sellers, and of those sellers, it will alert you when they stop selling different listings, when they start selling new ones, and it will also give you lookalike sellers, sellers that are similar in what they sell to broaden your reverse sourcing ability. The third page is the one that I'm going to be highlighting today. This is the pic scan or picture scan, and it's to upload shelf photos. So you can use different programs like Tactical Arbitrage to automatically scrape different stores, websites, pull their product catalog, and then cross-reference that to Amazon to look for opportunities. But there's a lot of stores that programs like Tactical Arbitrage just cannot access. So you can't be able to crawl their listings, their catalogs, and be able to run them on Tactical Arbitrage. You somehow need to be able to get a list, a price list from those stores. This makes it possible now. Up until now, the only other option was to one, go into the store and individually scan every single product or search for every single product on Amazon and run your sourcing process that way. Or you could take pictures and bring those images home and basically do the same thing from your computer, one at a time. Now you can automate the process. You still have to go to the store and physically take pictures of the shelves. Here's an example of one such image that I took recently. This is, if you can tell, Trader Joe's. This is where this option is so awesome because you can just come in here, take a picture of each shelf, and it works. And of course, you have to make sure that everything is clear and legible. If you just come in and take a picture of each bay or 6-foot section, that gives you plenty of detail to be able to read the shelf labels, see what the product is, and so on and so forth. You can, the old way is to go through this now manually, one at a time, typing in each of these things, typing in the price, figuring out what you need. Here's the new way. I'm just going to drag some images in, and I'm going to let Celerade review them for me and create a list from those images. It's going to create a list of all of these products individually with the prices that I can search Amazon for, or I can download as a CSV and put it right into Tactical Arbitrage or another similar scanner. Okay, it's been a little less than a minute and we have our list. And then it also provides a reference image thumbnail so that you can take a look and make sure that it is getting the right thing. But it does seem to be very accurate. Now, what's nice is I did not tell it that I was at Trader Joe's. It recognized and was able to determine each of these are all Trader Joe's. And you can see how it put it in all of them. You also see how it's still reading. It reads one photo at a time, gives us the list, reads the next photo, goes on. So, as I mentioned, from here, you can download it as a CSV, plug that into like a tactical arbitrage and let it scan and search Amazon for you, or you can do it manually. Either way, you're going to have to go back and review everything that it finds. So here's how you do it manually right here without even having to leave the app. I'm just going to click Find on Amazon. It's going to run an Amazon search for me and come back with everything that it finds for Trader Joe's Rainbow Peppercorns Grinder. Here we see a listing here, and you see that it's branded as Trader Joe's. That's correct. It gives the BSR and category, how many offers are on it, and roughly how many times it's selling each month. Notice this one, it catches too that it's a generic branded. Those are a trap. You don't want to sell those. So it comes up right in bright red, so you don't even got to waste your time on it. It tells you right away, stay away. But this one right here, this is a good match. So I'm going to click this match button. You notice how it pops it right up here? That's to show this is where we're going to run our search from, run our scout search from. And as we go through this list, there were no other ones that actually matched that were not generic. So I'm just going to close this search bar now, search window. And now I'm going to click this scout button. And it's going to open the scout page back to that back to this window where we first started, where you can search an ASIN, and we're going to analyze. Notice how it also populated the price for us, so we know what the individual per unit price is. Now we do want to verify with each one that how many units we're actually selling, because sometimes they might be a multi-pack. This is clearly a single unit. Now we can also do our validation right here on the Amazon listing page with our Celerade browser extension. Or we go back to the Scout page and we get all the details. So since it's a single unit, this is all accurate. I'm going to leave this on pack of one. And since it's getting about 15 sales a month, that's going to be divided among probably these 4 FBA sellers. Where are they priced at? Well, at least 3 for sure are right at the buy box. This one might be getting a few off sales. We don't know. But there's a way that we can check and try to see is by clicking the price ceiling button. Now, the price ceiling shows that there is some movement with sellers priced a little bit higher, as high as $10.99. So that one seller that's at $9.99 might be getting 1 to 2 units a week. There's only really one way to find out, and that's test it. At a lower price of $8.99, we would still make $2.09 a profit per sale, 83% ROI. That's not bad. That could be worth testing. And even at that price, we can expect maybe 3 sales a month. So I'm going to click this up to 3 units and add that to the buy list. That goes down here. This button right here, the cart, is our buy list. And you click that and it opens up what's on our buy list. And there's the one that we just added. Trader Joe's Rainbow Peppercorns times 3, $2.49 each at $2.28 profit for a total spend of $7.47. Total estimated profit at current buy box of $6.84. Again, it's not profit in your pocket until you get the money. You got to make the sale first, but this is something worth testing. So that's one that we're going to test. I'm done with this tab, so I'm just going to close it. So that was the only match from that product. Let's move on to the next one. We'll click Find on Amazon for the Everyday Seasoning Grinder. And it looks like there's quite a few on this one. So these all look like they match. So I'm just going to click these. Scroll down a little bit more, make sure there's none that I'm missing, but it looks like those are the only ones. So we'll close that, and I'm just going to scout them. Analyze. And this one is telling me to buy because the profit is so massive and there's good movement. So that's why I want to go into the Amazon.com and notice it's a pack of 2. So it's probably not recognizing that. So I need to bump that up to 2, and then it changes it a little bit. It comes down to $2.84 profit per unit. It's looking for at least a $3 profit per sale. That's why it's saying to wait. The profit is too thin. But at 57% ROI, that's still pretty good. And if it's really moving this quickly, based on there's 11 rank drops per month in the last 30 days, but it's estimating about 50 sales a month. That's because the average rank is fairly low, which means that it's probably selling more than those 11 times. So this is an intriguing listing for me. Let's look at the price ceiling. And it looks like a fair amount of units are actually selling a little bit higher. So let's set that as our sale price. And once we do that, now it's a little over $3, a little bit better ROI. Maybe that's worth trying. If it really is selling this many a month, this is definitely worth trying. I might test out 5, add that to buy list. Now, what's great is Seller8 is going to calculate. You're trying to send in 5 units, which are packs of 2. So it's going to run that calculation in your buy list for you. So when you go into the buy list, now it's calculating we need to buy 10 units of this everyday seasoning grinder and 3 units of the rainbow peppercorns. What happens if we add some more from this? Well, let's check the next one and see if that one's worth adding. So based on the numbers, this is probably a 1 pack. Yep, 1 pack. Okay. But profit is only $1.72, but your buy cost is $2.49. So the ROI is still pretty good, almost 70%. Look at the demand on this. Even though there's 10 rank drops based on the average monthly rank, it's estimating about 200 sales a month because the average rank is staying below 40,000 over the last 90 days. So that's a pretty good rate of movement. It's definitely selling more than those 10 drops. So that definitely gives a lot of potential for being able to price it maybe a little bit higher. What's the price ceiling say? It says that the best movement is around where the buy box currently is. There's a little bit movement, a little bit higher that we could test and see, but the majority of the movement is where the current buy box is, which even at that, it's a decent profit. I'd say let's try a few. Now notice we're sending in 5 units, a pack of 1. Let's add that to our buy list. It's added. We click the buy list and we go into it. Notice how it's added 5 units to this row to the Trader Joe's everyday seasoning grinder. So it's just calculating when we get to the shelf, how many units of this item do we need across the different listings that we're trying to sell on. This one, we need 15 because now we have 2 listings that we're trying to sell on. It's the same product, just different listings at different amounts. So we need 15 of those to fill what we're trying to do there. Remember, it was 10 units on the first one, 5 on the second one, 15 total. We go to our next listing, and this is a pack of 8. So we need to go down and make sure that this is accurate. It didn't read that from the listing, so we need to update that to a pack of 8. Our estimated spend at the current price is $19.92 with an estimated profit of $9.14. It's a decent ROI, but not a fast-moving ASIN. Only 3 rank drops a month. However, notice this gold star. This is alerting us to the fact that there are no FBA sellers. So there's a high opportunity to take the buy box and maybe even price above the FBM sellers. So we take a look at the Keepa chart and we see pretty good consistency, at least above $40 a listing, 46. It's currently down close to the bottom of where it's been. But people have made some sales apparently up here. If we look at the price ceiling, it's saying 47.42 is the real potential compared to the current buy box of 43.07. So this is our potential at the viable ceiling. So that's an interesting thing that we could try. It's not really a super high risk. I might try and capture all 3 of this month's sales, add that to the buy list. And what happens to our buy list when I just added that? Remember, it calculates for me. So it just went from 15 units to 39 units. Oh boy. So we're essentially clearing the shelf with this. But are you starting to get an idea of how quick you can find things to sell with this tool? Here we've got another ASIN that has 0 FBA sellers on it and 7 drops in the last month. Now this can't be right. 24 would be way too high for a single unit listing. And you notice it actually is a pack of 4. So let's adjust. Okay, now we're looking at 996, estimated profit of 515. That's a 51.7% ROI. Not bad. It's not anything to be worried about. It's not going to break the bank to test this one. So I might say I'm going to send in 3. Add that to the buy list. Boom. Added. Can you see now how quick, once you start seeing what you need to watch for, how to work this, how fast you can grow a buy list off of a picture? Isn't that awesome? Okay, so this is definitely going to be a multi-pack. We need to go to Amazon to double check. This is a pack of 3. So let's update to 3. Our profit margin here, 130% ROI at that price, but really slow mover. So maybe you could lower the price just a little bit to make it a little bit more appealing and reasonable for buyers and move some more. But at that profit rate, knowing that it actually is selling, looking at the Keepa chart, there's movement at that price. Let's send in a couple and see if we can get those sales as an FBA seller. Again, we'd be the only FBA seller. All right, down to the last one on the everyday seasoning. Looks like another individual unit listing. So here's the cool thing, another 0 FBA sellers, gold star, high potential. Not a lot of movement, but what could we do if we dropped the price to a little bit more reasonable? Maybe like $9.99. Still a great profit margin, and people might be more inclined to buy it at that price as opposed to $11 or $12. 4 sales a month, only FBA seller, we might be able to capture all 4 of those sales. So I'm going to add that to my buy list. Okay, we've made it through just 2 products and we have a lot to buy already. And we can just keep right on going. That's a match. That's a match. Everyday seasoning. Nope. Everyday seasoning. Okay, so I think we got just 2 on this one. We can close that search window now. We've got them matched. We go to the Scout, analyze. Not great profit, but fast movement. Fast movement means higher potential. Yeah, look at this. It was selling higher back here. More sellers probably seem to have come on and pulled the price down a little bit. Let's analyze the price ceiling and see what we can see. It's saying the viable price ceiling right now is about $8.45, which pushes us to about $2 in profit. That's a little bit better. If it's really selling at that rate, I think it would be worth it to send in maybe 5. Add that to my buy list. And I'm going to keep moving. So this looks like a 4-pack. Yeah, 4 packs. So let's update this. At that rate, it is not very good. 37.6% today's rate, 260 profit, 26% ROI. It looks like it's getting pulled down slowly. Too many people are coming on their listing. So here's an interesting scenario. I might want to keep an eye on this one, but I don't want to test it right now. I'm going to add this to my watch list, and this is going to get updated. The Amazon price is going to get updated and compared to our cost to see once the Amazon price comes back up some so that it becomes profitable to the point where we want to test it. We can set rules. It'll send us an alert and say, hey, this can be profitable now. Check it out again. We review it. We say we want to test it. We add it to a buy list. We go ahead and test it. Another very powerful aspect to this tool, the watch list. We'll get into that in a future video. Okay, so we've gone through just 3 products where our estimated spend is $171. Our estimated profit is $128 from 3 products. Let's go to our buy list. And notice how this is broken down by individual retailers. So you can spend a couple hours sourcing off of some pictures that you took while you were in the store. And you can do this every time you go in. You go in to make some purchases, you go scan another aisle, you come back the next day and you review them on here, and you can go back and buy your finds the next time you go in. You keep that process rolling. This is an incredibly powerful and valuable tool. Now, look at this. How much time did we spend on here? Maybe 20 minutes, and already we found almost $200 worth of profit with minimal effort. Think about that. This tool will cost you less than this for 1 month. And in 1 month, we will make back all of the money that this tool cost off of 20 minutes of work. That's an incredible return on your investment. Incredible. This tool pays for itself fast, very, very fast. So we're just going to call it a day there. I think just after those handful of units that we went through, you get an idea of how powerful this tool is and how awesome it will be when you add it to your workflow. Go check it out in the list in the description. I'll have the link down there if you want to check it out. I'll be going deeper into all that this app can do in future videos. It's incredible. You're going to love it. Go check it out and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get more tips on how you can make this app make you more money. I'll see you next time.